Welcome back, everyone. Today I'll be telling you how I passed the second round of my Forex Funds $100,000 challenge. And I was able to do that in a single day itself again as my first round. But this time it was a much better move, actually. And yeah, like to break it down to you guys. So, as over here, you can see that I had 58 lays left. I was able to this is my second day with a Sharpe ratio of 11.13 and 11.13, and I was able to have a win rate of 70% on just Nasdaq because I just like to trade Nasdaq only, and my target was $5,000. I was able to make $5,060, and yeah, that's about it. Now I'll be showing you like my progress throughout these days, even though there's no much progress because I've already finished the challenge in the day itself. So I'll just take you through the final day. I'll meet you at the final day when I just have a day left to get the main capital. Hello again. So now what we are seeing here is that today is my fourth day, final day, and I have 55 days left, which is today's 19th of January. So by tomorrow, by 20th of January, I'll be getting my $100,000 live account of funding. So what now we see that from 11 Sharpe ratio, I'm down to at least 7, but it doesn't matter because the results are skewed because the trades which I took later on are just 0.01 lots, so it doesn't really matter. And yeah, this target is the same. Nasdaq before it was $500 per trade. Now it's $389, 53% winning rate, not bad at all. This is my account details. Now you can't do anything about it. Yeah, now I'll show you which trades I took and also how many trading days I took. Let's move over. Now this is my trading history. So in this trading history, you can see that my first trade was just a beginner. I just put a 10 lot over there in Nasdaq just to start off my account and just to get the minimum days going because I require minimum of 5 days to finish this account. So on the second day, on that day itself, I think it was a market open. Before the market open, I entered a trade. I'll show you how I took the trade later on. Made a total of $3,167. But this trade was actually a trade which would have netted almost $7,000 to $8,000. I'll show you which one. But I exited early because it was rejecting off a VWAP. For those who don't know what a VWAP is, it's a volume weighted average price where, well, if you don't know, you don't know. You can't do anything about it. I don't want to explain the details of it. And most of my trades were buys. As you can see, my trades were actually well managed. I had a maximum loss of 500 something dollars, I think. Yeah, $537 was the maximum loss all the day. And the best trade was $3,167. Second best trade was $2,400. This was the trade that made me won the challenge. And these were my, the second, third, and fourth days, the minimum requirement. And today will be my last day. Not today, but yeah, next night. Tomorrow night will be my last day to put in another lot, and I'll do it at midnight so that I can get my live account as early as possible because I was already funded with my Forex funds before, so I don't need to verify my details again, my bank account statements and stuff like that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The average lot size I think is around 25, I would say. Yeah, 25. If I calculate my average lot size, I was using 25. Okay, not bad for a $100,000 account. It's still less, actually. I was risking only $500 per trade on this account. Just thinking to make at least 1 to 3 or 1 to 4 risk to reward ratios, which is I'm risking 500 to make $2,000. But yeah, I got almost 6R over here, which is 600% on the trade, which is 6R. If you don't know that 6R is 6R multiple, that means R is my risk, $500, and 6 is how much I'm trying to make. So now over here, this was 5 point, I think 5, I think 5, yeah, 5, almost 5 hour, yeah, something almost 5 hour trade. Not bad. Now I'll be showing you how I did it. No, before that, these are the trading days. So as you can see, on the first day I opened 10 trades. 10 trades were opened, 231 lots traded, total profit of $5,060. And yeah, there was Saturday, Sunday. This is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and on Thursday, I'll get my $100,000 account. If you won't believe it, actually, it took me 1.5 years to gather a capital of $100,000. But currently, I have a valuation of $120,000 overall, including my other account. I not blew up, but I violated one of my live accounts of $20,000, in which I violated my max daily loss. So yeah, I shouldn't trade news actually. News are very risky. So now I'll be talking about the trades which I took. This is the Nasdaq chart of 10th of January. On 10th of January, this white line you see here is the closing price of the previous day. So now I know the daily candle at this point of time, this was the Asian session, Asian and London session, you can say. The London, even German market open, and on that day itself, like it did on the 10th of January, it was dropping down. So after this accumulation, I know that there's heavy volume over here. This is a volume weighted area, all this area. Plus people, if the ones who are taking shorts on that day, they'll be placing their stop losses over here at this point. Like, this is the most safest area because it is above the daily range and the market is moving down, so most people would have assumably or hypothetically placed their stop losses above here. So now what I knew is that if a market has to open, now the market when the market opens, the price is more volatile. So now during the times of volatility, market tends to go to an area where there is more volume or to collect more orders. So now, but it doesn't always happen actually, but it is a better, it's like an educated, it's like a logical reasoning which you can give in that particular point of time when the market opens. So now if you look at it closely, I'll show you this area. This was the low of the day. Now at the low of the day, I would rather look for reversals instead of continuations, because sometimes, particularly in terms of in case of Nasdaq, Dow Jones, even S&P 500, what happens is that market comes for a double bottom or a double top, or triple bottom, triple top, these kind of patterns. What it does is that it comes to the low that it has created at one point, and then it makes a high, retest. This was a resistance at one point. Okay, market came, made a small support, broke it down, made another support, now retested this resistance, came back down because it had respected the resistance, so it came back down to see if it can break the support. Now if we look at a really logical standpoint, now this is a resistance, this is a support. Now this resistance was respected once, it was respected twice. Now this support was only tapped once, it was not tapped again, so there's a high probability that market could come back down to retest this support if it holds. So what I wanted to see is, I wanted to see rejection wicks towards the downside so that I can take a buy above. So my entries were placed somewhere around here. I think my first entry was based somewhere around here because I had a order block. I'll show you on the 1 minute time frame later on. And I was waiting, I had my stop loss just below this region, or I think just below the low of the day, and I rode this thing till this area, somewhere around here. I think, yeah, I would say it's somewhere around here, because I saw the pullback on the 1 minute time frame, which was big, and I didn't want it a continuation to the downside again and wipe out my gains. I was already 6 hour up, so I don't want to lose my percentages in that point of time. So now looking back at what happened that day, if I held, I would have made around 5 hour over here, but later on I took, you see this red candle, this red candle, I made 2.4k on just this 5-minute one red candle. I'll show you how I did it on the 1 minute by hyper scalping. And yeah, for the 5-minute chart, that's pretty much it. These were my previous support and resistance lines, previous point of interest, I would say. And yeah, that's it. As you can see, I told you right, this was the high of the day where people would have kept their stop losses and more volume would be there. Market after that just came here and then dumped back down. So now the thing is, market tends to come to these heavy volume regions because this whole data over here till the market open around here at this point of time, market open. So before this, each and everything is just pre-market data, market data, less volume. Because if you see the size of these candles, all these candles, and compare with these ones, I mean, it will maybe one candle, 5-minute candle will be 10 points, but one 5-minute candle of after the market open would be more than 300 to 400 points. Sorry, 30 to 40 points. Now let's move to the 1-minute chart. Now we are here on the 1-minute chart. Now the indicators that you see me using are one of the ones which gives me confluence. If you see, the first indicator which I use is VWAP, which is volume weighted average price. The yellow line is actually the volume weighted average price. That means that this price level, as you can see, maybe a yellow line over here, it'll be showing somewhere around here. So this piece of line, this average price tells you about the average price in the market at that particular point of time. So you want to see the people's positions would be maybe laying across it, maybe below it or above it. If it is below it, you look for shorts. If it is above it, you look for buys. But now the thing is that as it's approaching the VWAP, when the market is approaching the VWAP, I wanted to close my position. As you can see, I entered, according to my algorithm, my entry was based upon this low. As you can see, when this low was tapped, I was waiting for another confirmation because I don't want to get faked out to the downside. After my indication gave me a buy signal, I was able to wait for a pullback, a support being formed, and then took this trade. Entered, stop loss was placed at this low over here with a potential of 5-hour trade, out of which I just took 3 hour, no, sorry, not 3 hour, 6 hour trade. 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah, it was potentially a 10-hour trade till the low of till the closing price of the previous day. As you can see in my previous first 2 videos how I take the trades. Now market opened somewhere around here, I think. Yeah, it dropped, and then I was trailing my stop loss till this level. Fortunately, my stop loss was not hit, and I was able to capitalize it till this region. When as soon as I saw that it's approaching the VWAP, I thought that it's better to cut my position off. So I made $3,100 at this point, and when this took a pullback, I took, I think, a couple more positions starting to scale in, and then I took 10 trades. So out of all those 10 trades, you can see how much profits and losses I made. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The indicator which I use is kind of like it uses Heiken Ashi data, and Heiken Ashi is basically kind of smooth Heiken Ashi. Which I have actually used this code from multiple community scripts and combined it into a single one. And I also, there's one particular one which I use. If you need the link of it, you can try let me know in the description below. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, my last final trade, my winning trade was here. Let me change the color here. So now my winning trade was placed as a sell stop. I took multiple entries over here at this region. My stop loss was placed above here as a stop order, and my target was this low. When this low was hit, now the thing was that I took two positions over here. My first position was when this rejection candle came. Now after this candle, this weak bullish candle, after this weak bullish candle, I thought that if the price wants to move down, it has to break this low, and then will not be able to break the high of these candles, and then I would be safer to the downside. I'll be taking a safer entry to the downside, because this is a heavy resistance zone at one point of time, which I thought during that market data, during the market open. So when this I placed one stop order over here at first, but it got triggered and I lost $534, I think 539, something like that. Wait, no, $537, which was my highest loss for that day. I took that, but then when the trade when this candle closed bearish in red, I thought that okay, it may be still possible, but it was still in the vicinity of this low. So I didn't want to exit. I didn't want to place a trade and another trade at this point of time. So I waited for another candle. So I just thought that okay, this is another bullish candle, but still is weaker as compared to the body of this candle. And I was looking at the volume and time and sales data as well on different brokerages. So now what I did was I placed another entry, leaving a bit of gap below, and stop loss was placed somewhere around here, and I took that entry to a downside, made around $2,400. I was past the second round in the same day and in less than 1 hour. So in total I made $5,000 in less than 1 hour, which is a lot actually. Enough for substituting someone's job, or at least my job. Yeah, that's it, I would say. Let me know if you like the video. Oh yeah, summary. Let's talk about the summary. Now, as you can see, let's take red. Now, total close trade 5,000. Gross profit. This time, my gross profit and loss ratio was really good as compared to last time. Now it's mostly 1 to 5 hour, and profit factor 5.75. Perfect. I love it. If a trader is able to maintain these kind of stats, it's like it's the best thing ever, to be honest, according to me. But it's not sustainable. I also know that, because you cannot get all these kind of moves each and every day. You cannot get the same kind of data each and every day. Okay, let's move forward. Total trades taken were 13. Expected payoff for $389, also 389 points. Then maximum drawdown 537. Perfect. Best drawdown ever, which I have traded in. Short position 1, 50%, 55% long position 1, doesn't matter. Winning percentage does not matter at all. At largest profitability with 3,000, largest loss of 537. See, 1 to 6 risk to reward ratio. Risk $500 to make $3,000. Perfect. Average profitable trade was $874. Average loss was 177. Almost 1 to 7 risk to reward ratio. No one can ask better stats than these. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Summing up my $100,000 challenge journey would be, I think, getting my live account before Monday, before 24th of January, I think. 20, 21, 20, yeah, before 24th of January maximum, I think. So yeah, that's it. If you guys like to join my Forex Funds or FTMO or the Funny Trader or any kind of prop firm, please look at the description below. You'll find affiliate links over there with discount coupons, and for my Forex Funds, you'll get for 112% of refund. Let's say if you're paying $500, you'll get more than $560 or $570 when you pass the challenge, and you're able to show them that you know how to trade. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Have fun. Like the video, subscribe if you like it, and keep supporting. I think my previous video was not that good because I made it on a shitty ass computer. So yeah, thank you so much for listening, and take care.